I'm sort of trying to think where we just were. Let me.
Yeah. So it's about rounding off the solution and not having the silos of how people produce. And it's being able to maximize the information because we're at every point. So we add more value as it gets wider, really, doesn't it?
Correct.
You know, if we're just doing the process control, that's great. But when you build it into the purchasing and the papers, and then you build it into the scheduling, and then the estimating takes all of this into consideration, and shipping, you've got a holistic system. It's no longer bit, it's whole, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's where you very often find the way that they collect the data and the accuracy of it is can be very challenging. Like I was saying earlier, the commercial side, the estimating, very often it's done in spreadsheets and it's based on experience. It's based on, you know, the commercial manager knowing the market and, you know, I think I can sell for this price. But with the margins being so narrow, you've got to be a lot more accurate with it. So you need to be more, everything needs to be highly accurate. To do that, you've got to do it inside the system, right? When you have all that data and you're able to bring it in from all these different sources, that's where AI will come in. Without the data, AI is still a pipe dream, really, for most, because you don't have that level of data in a form that AI will understand. So by using machine learning algorithms and things like that, over time, that's where AI will become more and more effective. A lot of people are talking about it, but they're doing just that. I've not actually seen how they're going to do it. It's all kind of theoretical, you know, but doing it in isolation in a box plant or in a sheet plant or in a sheet feeder, yeah, you might get an AI that's running the machine, but what you really need is an oversight for the entire business, the entire operation, top down, right? So, you know, you could apply, tell me about this, help me adjust my parameters, maybe automatically adjust machine settings so that we can achieve better results. That's where AI is going to come in. And the plants, the businesses that embrace this type of technology, they're the ones that are going to get the benefit from it. But to do it, you need to have, you know, everything connected and talking. So that's really what we're promoting.
Yeah. And speed, isn't it? You know, AI is going to help improve speed. So as Andy described, estimating, you've got to get your estimate right. You've got to beat the competition. You've got to do it faster and more accurately. And that's where what we do in the background enables you to get to that point quicker by building in all the factors that get you to the right price that you need to sell at for that type of marketplace quickly. And that's where we're working in the background, taking in consideration all the other things that we're doing in the background. So the paper prices, the scheduling, learning how long jobs are taking, feeding that back through so you get to the end result as fast but as accurate as possible.
I can give you another example of something if you're interested. So something that the market talks about a lot, and some plants are doing it and doing it successfully, is selling based on performance. So in certain parts of the world, they'll allow customers to specify the board grades, the paper components, and it gets very complicated. You have to carry huge amounts of inventory to, you know, to manage that type of environment. What we really should be doing is selling based on performance and being able to guarantee that performance. So I guarantee 100% of the time that box will perform. It's going to give you the right branding. It's going to look good. It's going to be strong enough to carry the product, to protect it, whatever that might be. How do you do that? How do you guarantee the performance? Well, to do that, you need process control. You need automation. You need all of those things to guarantee the quality of the product all the way through the process. And that's where the profile system comes in on the corrugator, right? Guaranteeing that board will perform every time. So if Guy runs it tomorrow, or I run it in another plant on the other, you know, in the other side of the country in a group environment, that corrugator should make it the same way that my corrugator makes it. You know, Guy should run it the same way I run it. And the only way you can do that is by using a closed process control. And part of our evolution is to take, well, we're already doing it, is so that we can not only guarantee the board quality, but the box quality through conversion. And you do that through testing methods, feeding the test results back in, real-time adjustments, storing the recipe, all the data around how that board runs. So it's transformation in lots of ways, you know, selling based on performance and being able to guarantee that performance. That's what I think our customers, the box plants, will really want to do, and it will help them save so much money, you know, and more efficient, not only in terms of the end product, but also in terms of how you schedule it. because by moving to performance-based packaging, you reduce the number of SKUs, so you reduce the number of board grade combinations that you can run, which means you have greater trim pools, more orders to optimize multi-knife scheduling, and that in itself is huge. You can save businesses hundreds of thousands of euros, dollars a year, right? So, that's kind of all the things that we're busy working on and building into the system.
Yeah, breaking down those old established practices of this grade, these papers. It's this performance, and that will vary based on the suppliers of the paper sometimes. So with what we got, we can monitor it and make sure you're getting consistency. So it's quite a cultural change for some people, but everyone's going that direction. So people need to get there as fast as possible, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yesterday we made a presentation to FEFCO, a short presentation, spotlight presentation around our observations in the industry in general, and then how we can help solve those challenges. Guy and myself, we travel around a lot. We visit a lot of plants around the world, and one of the sort of factors that we see a lot is that these plants still run in silos for the most part. So what we mean by that is you'll have kind of islands of processes, islands of machinery and equipment and warehousing, all of these different things, but none of it's truly connected. So when you go into the scheduling department, they don't really know what's going on in all these other departments around the business. And this is actually the presentation that we made yesterday. I'm just going to play it in the background while we talk. So we were talking about this disconnection. You can see the things highlighted in red, and the data flows aren't there. You get in, your estimating system doesn't really know what's going on in the factory. With the accuracy of the data coming from the machines is not there. That information isn't flowing back in. Transport schedulers really don't know how, when things are going to happen. It was very challenging for these plants to run efficiently. So what we're talking about here is a truly connected ecosystem, bringing all of these elements together so that they communicate together. The information flows and shared between the different departments, so you can become highly accurate in how you estimate and how you act commercially. Have confidence in the way you do that. Scheduling accurately, collecting data, all of these things are all what we presented yesterday. But that's really what we're here to show and talk about: the connected ecosystem. You can see it all lighting up nice and blue there.
It's driven from the marketplace. We're seeing this time and time again wherever we're going, and we've been doing this for decades now. So me and Andrew, we've known each other a couple of decades, and I've been in Corrugated for 30 years, and it's evolving. And sometimes we get the benefit of seeing this the world over, plant after plant after plant, and we see the best practices and the worst practices. Everyone's trying to push together for the best, and that's what FEFCO's are doing here now. It's highlighting the issues everyone's facing is the connectivity, losing resources. People are dropping out of Corrugated. What we're trying to do is take all the information, because we own it from beginning to end. Every part, we can do components of it, but as we do more and more, the more that we can leverage that. So from an estimating standpoint, all the way through to scheduling, paper conversion, rounding it together, not thinking of it as different units. It's more one big solution, basically.
Yeah. And so we got a really positive reaction to this. We had a lot of people come after the presentation. We had another panel spotlight presentation as well around closed loop process control through our SCADA system, and again that got a lot of interest from customers. So it's been a great show. Really enjoyed it, and hopefully we can get out there and show more customers as a result. So.